So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. Now in today's video guys, we do have some custom tactics and instructions for one of the most popular formations in FC24, this being the 4-4-2. Now the reason this formation is so popular is because it is extremely balanced. It's good in both the attack and the defense and it's really good for grinding out those results. But yeah guys, with all that aside, let's get right into the video. If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. Starting off with the custom tactics guys, for the defensive style, as always we have this on balanced. It does give you the best control over your defense, so when you want to be super aggressive you can be, and then when you want to drop back and be a little bit more passive you can also do that. When it comes to applying pressure in this game as well, we don't actually have to use any of these pressure tactics here because there is something much better which we can use, which we'll get onto in a moment. So balance is the way to go there. For the defensive width guys, I prefer a more narrow and compact defensive width, so I like to go for a width below 45. Just makes my defense feel a little bit tighter, a bit harder for my opponent to just like run right through me. So I think a lower width is better. Some people have concerns saying, you know, people who just go for cutbacks, but they do that anyway, regardless of what your width is. So I like this width, but you guys can do whatever you want with that. Moving on to the depth guys, this is the thing I was on about when it comes to pressure in FC24. So if you are in the new gen version of this game and you have your depth on 71, you'll get an automatic press from the AI. It's a very strong press, it is very overpowered, and it completely congests the middle areas of the pitch. Makes it very difficult for your opponent to play through you, and it completely breaks their attacking AI. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, you don't really get a stamina drain either. So this tactic right here, completely broken on new gen, so I do suggest using it. It is something I hope gets patched, but knowing EA, they'll never fix it. But you might as well use it, otherwise you're pretty much handicapping yourself. That being said, if you are on the old gen version of this game, this isn't a thing, so 55 to 60 depth is probably your best bet there. Moving on to the build-up play, guys, I just have this on balance because I find it to be the most controlled and varied form of build-up. With balance, you can basically pick and choose between all of the styles of build-up whenever you want, basically. So sometimes you can play slow, other times you can speed up and play a little bit faster. So balance does give you a really nice control, which the other settings don't. For chance creation, guys, an absolute must yet again, in my opinion, direct passing. Direct passing is the only tactic which will allow you to break through that park bus defense. So when you use direct passing, your attacking players will initiate these runs, the defenders will follow your attackers that are making the runs, and then after that your attackers will track back so you can cut back to them. So a little bit boring but very necessary, guys. Now for the attacking width, I just have this bang on 50 at the moment. Very balanced, bang in the middle. You know, sometimes we're narrow, sometimes we're wide. I think it's important to have a higher width than you would normally have with other games, because on like previous FIFAs I would have like a lower width, but you know, it's not really feasible in this game because of the 71 depth thing I spoke about, where the middle is often really congested. So sometimes you do need to go out wide, which is a little bit annoying, but you know, this does help a lot. For the players in box, guys, I just have this on 6. This is so we can get a few players into the box to finish off our chances, but we don't overcommit everyone. And then corners and free kicks, I just have them both on 1, but you guys can do whatever you want with that. Sorry to interrupt the video, guys, but I have noticed around 90% of you that watch the videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you are enjoying the content or finding it helpful, please consider adding that subscription, as it does help me out massively. Also, don't forget to drop a like on the video as well. And with all that aside, guys, I hope you enjoy. Let's continue. Now, for the player instructions, guys, pretty basic instructions, I will be honest. So on the strikers, we just have them on stay central. This is so they're always in the correct positions. You know, we don't want them drifting out super far wide because they are our strikers. We do want them to be in the middle primarily, where they can finish off our chances. I also like to have them on mixed attack as opposed to getting behind, because I feel like it's easier to build up the play when you have these players on mixed attack, because if they're always just running in behind, you know, you can't always build up the play. You're just restricted to through balls all the time. So that is why I have stay central mixed. For both the right mid and the left mid, guys, come back on defense, get in behind and get into the box across. Come back on defense means that they will always keep the correct defensive shape when we don't have the ball. If you have them on basic defensive support, these players can be a little bit lazy, which is not good. So come back on defense kind of like negates that and ensures that they're in the correct positions. Getting behind obviously utilizes the player's pace to get in behind the opponent's defense. This is really useful considering a lot of people do use that 71 depth thing, so this does help beat that press a lot of the time. time and then get into the box across so these players are not hesitant to get into the penalty area and help you out. Now on the left centre mid, guys, I use a more defensive minded midfielder. So on this player, stay back while attacking and cover centre. Really self-explanatory. We don't want this player going forward. He is defensive, and then cover centre means they'll primarily defend those central areas. Right centre mid, guys, because it's more box to box, I leave them on the default settings and cover centre. Default settings because, like I said, more box to box, so we don't just want them to defend, we want them to do a bit of everything, so we kind of just let them do that. And then cover centre means, like the left centre mid, they'll primarily cover those central areas. Moving on to the fullbacks, guys. On your more attacking fullback, balanced overlap. This is so you can add extra width to your attack, which is extremely useful because it helps stretch out your opponent's defensive line and makes attacking through the middle a little bit easier because of that stretched defensive line. It also just gives you another angle to attack, which is really useful. So balanced overlap on your more competent fullback. On the other fullback, guys, stay back and overlap, so you always have at least 3 defenders back at a time, but when you send this player on a run forward, they'll make the overlapping runs to add that extra width. 2 centre backs and the keeper, guys, I leave them alone, but you can do comps for crosses and sweeper if you would like. But yeah, guys, that is basically it for the video. If you have enjoyed, please be sure to drop it a like, sub to the channel if you are new so you never miss out on any videos, and don't forget to turn on notifications. And with all that aside, guys, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.